Hey everyone, this is James with Erogenous Tones, and I was going to make a quick video and show you how I like to use Structure to find new presets or just interesting new ways to use Structure. But before I get started, I want to make sure that we're at the current firmware. You can find out what firmware you're on by pressing the System button, and you'll see at the top, here we're at 4.3, and the current firmware is 4.7 as of the making of this video, so you'll want to go to erogenous-tones.com/structure and find the firmware link. Download that to your computer. You can copy that, then pull this SD card, copy it from your computer onto this SD card, and put this back into Structure, and you might need to reboot so it can reload the card. And once you do that, you can scroll down to the very bottom and find Open Firmware menu. So we're going to hit that, and we're going to hit OK. This will discard any unsaved changes, continue. We'll hit OK. And we'll go to Install New Firmware, and it will see what firmwares it has on the SD card in the front. And here we have 4.7, which is installed. I had downloaded it earlier, but it is not active. So what I want to do is replace the existing version with 4.7. It will go ahead and install that firmware, and we'll cut this bit. Okay, so that took a few seconds, and then we came back to this menu, and we're going to exit to the System menu, and then we're going to exit to Structure, and it's going to restart Structure, and we'll skip ahead to when it comes back up. Okay, Structure's back now, and one thing we notice is that we're loading clips. Now, I have a bunch of my own personal clips here on this Structure, but if you are not using clips, you can go to System and scroll down until you come to the clips menu and load clips. You can turn that off, and then that way anytime you restart Structure, the clips won't be available, and to reuse them, just change that back to on. I'm going to go ahead and press the encoder button down to come back to the main menu. Now the part on how I like to use Structure if I'm trying new shaders or just looking for new and interesting visuals to do. First thing I'll do is I'll go to Node Set, and I'm going to go to Filter. Now here, you can turn on and off nodes and node sets that contain these nodes for your current session. So if I'm not using 2D, this little 4x4 square here corresponds to what you see on the screen. So if I press this once, this says only show node sets with 2D. And if I press it twice, it says exclude any node set that is using 2D. So you can see I don't have any audio or video plugged into my system right now. So I'm going to turn off 2D because I don't want it, but I'm going to turn off audio effects. I'm going to turn off clip because we're not playing any clips. We don't have any loaded when we restart. I'm going to turn off frequency because we're not doing audio. We're going to keep the generators in the image. Let's go to page 2. We can use mix and raster. That one's always cool. I don't have any text set up really on this session, so I'm going to turn off text. I don't have video running. I don't have the XY oscilloscope, the VXY, or just the XY. So now we have 38 of 143 node sets. Go ahead and hit back, and then I'm going to press this encoder knob to come back to the main menu. Now when we turn the knob, we're not going to end up using any node sets that have video or any of the audio ones that we have excluded. Now the second thing I like to do, make it a lot more easier than button pressing and knob turning here on the system, I'm going to go to the Actions menu here, and I'm going to scroll down to Node Set. Now here, I'm going to use a USB Bluetooth keyboard. I use one of these guys. It's kind of old, but there's probably a modern version of it. And what I'm going to do is for all the actions that I want to take, I'm going to add keyboard. So for the previous node, I like left bracket. Okay. And then we go here. I'm going to add keyboard. For the next node, I like using the right bracket. We hit OK. For the random node set, I like to add a keyboard of T, and that'll make sense here in a moment. Well, that's kind of loud. And then for randomize all nodes, I'm going to add the key R. Okay. And then to random just node 1, I'm going to add the keyboard of 1. Node 2, I'm going to add keyboard 2. Okay. Node 3, number 3. Okay. And random node 4, we're going to add the keyboard, obviously, 4. So now we can press the encoder knob and come back. So now what happens, as I press the right and left bracket, it goes through the various node sets that I have, and at any moment I can hit R to randomize all of them. Or if I just want to change one of, like mix 2 on this one, I can press 4 and it just randomizes that mix. Or 3, it randomizes the second mix. And there you go. That's how I go through and set up a system where I can quickly discover new ideas. And oh, I like that, but maybe not the effect. I press 2. Now I'm just changing the effect. We find something we like. So enjoy. Leave in the comments below how you like to set up your structure for this kind of work. Till next time.